Hey guys, ZapZaz7 here. Today, here with my official release of my build for Hyper Dragon Ball Z. If you saw my previous preview for the Musion build, you should know what to expect. If not, then, well, you're about to see. Let me show you. This may run a little laggier as usual because of the screen recorder going on at the same time, so do not worry. When you download the game and play the game yourself, it will work and all operable speeds and such. So do not worry about that. It's just in this case I have the screen recorder at the same time, so it is a little jittery, and it might take a little longer than usual. But when you guys download it yourself, you should be fine. Yeah, as you could tell, it's a little jittery. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm just gonna skip the intro, which is just a normal Hyper DBZ intro, so you're not missing anything crazy new. I do plan to update this game in the future. You see, it's the normal title screen. Now, before I go into the title screen, you will immediately see differences, or hear differences, I should say, in the main menu. As you can hear, this is the Capcom Fighting Evolution ending theme for the menu, and they also fixed the default cursor sound effect. The original, the Hyper DBZ, is stuck with the default cursor sound. I actually changed it, if you can hear that. It is now the Warzone SFX. And not that the original music of the game was bad by any means, it was amazing. And also another thing I should mention before going in further, this is made with all respects and tribute to the original creators of both Hyper Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball as a whole. So, in any case, let's take a look. I've replaced all the music with new music from different Dragon Ball games or fighting games. Again, I might update it. Some of the music might change in the later updates. As you can see, if you didn't see the preview, there are a lot more characters than the normal version. Now adding Vegito and the blue God characters as playable, there is also Red God Goku, which is a higher stats, Future Gohan, Prince Vegeta, and of course your normal characters. But now SSJ Vegeta is in here as well, which also has a different sprite than Majin Vegeta and normal Vegeta. Of course, Majin Vegeta. Piccolo was recently released, and I also made Cybermen now playable on the select screen. But there's also Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now that one and Prince Vegeta, I already know are the most curious characters. So I'm going to show you the differences between Prince Vegeta and Vegeta right now. I also added much more stages. There are 25 now. Now, as you can see, there's a training room, and there's also some stages to prep for the characters upcoming in my updates, and also for what's already here, grand finale being Vegeto's stage, and all that. Frieza, obviously Frieza. As you can tell, I plan to add Cooler later in the future, and potentially some more as well. So, for simplicity's sake, for now, just do the training room, because, as I said earlier, the Musion engine runs a little slower while I have the screen recorder on, so I don't want to waste time. You can't see the stages for yourself when you download the game, of course. All the stages from the original game are still here, they just have different music now, which it's arguable or debatable whether one's better over the other. Personally, I just did it for the idea of differentiating my version and the original version. I don't want people confusing the two. As you can see, this is the gravity training room for the training stage. I'm just going to skip the intros for simplicity's sake. Alright, now for people who have been following Hyper Dragon Ball Z for a while now, you should see what Prince Vegeta is, but if not, then let me explain. Prince Vegeta is the old original sprite for Hyper DBZ. Originally, when Hyper DBZ was first released and in its EVO 2014 build, this is the sprite and character that they used for Vegeta. They later updated this in the future with this sprite as you see on the right, who is moving now. And as for actual changes for moveset, his medium punch and Heavy Punch are indeed different. While the normal Vegeta has an elbow and a lunge for his moves. Again, very laggy with the screen recorder, but don't worry, your game should play just fine when you download it. I just have the screen recorder on at the same time. Also, the voices are different, with normal Vegeta having Mike and Prince Vegeta having Chris Sabat. Also, the God characters, SSJ Blue Vegeta and Goku and Red Goku are all in Japanese, just so you know. Now for the next character you're all curious about, SSJ4 Goku. And I'm also going to showcase SSJ Vegeta since he is a new addition to this roster. And no, SSJ Vegeta is not a clone of Vegeta and Majin Vegeta. Since Prince Vegeta does have some differences with the neutral moves and the effects of some special moves, and I believe the properties of some of his key attacks are different. And SSJ Vegeta is also the same with different properties. Not all in the exact same stats, but he does have different properties and different things. He's not just a clone. Well, complete clone, I should say. This isn't Smash Melee. That is, if this will load. Also, Vegito has a custom voice, along with SSJ4, who I'm obviously about to showcase. There has been a set order for arcade mode, and also the difficulty of the characters has been lowered down, because I remember a lot of people with the original Hyper DBZ build, or Majin build I should say, were saying the difficulty of the AI was insane. Well, the difficulty here was toned down by a lot. The only characters you need to worry about are, I believe, Future Gohan, Prince Vegeta, and I believe Piccolo. And SSJ4 Goku. His AI is also a little crazy. Okay, it's taking its time. Just gonna skip the intro so I could make this quick. Alright, SSJ4 Vegeta. As you could tell, its sprite is just normal SSJ Vegeta but edited. But do not worry, there is a legitimate difference between the characters. His stats are indeed different. You can't see it obviously since it's a little jittery, but he is much faster. He is much stronger in physical attacks. Key attacks are mainly the same, but his physical attacks are a lot stronger. As for SSJ Vegeta, as you already saw before, he does have a different neutral sprite stance than Majin Vegeta and normal Vegeta, and Prince Vegeta. If you ever get up. Again, sorry, it's a little jittery. So, yeah, addition of characters, replacement of music, addition of stages, and a new ordered arcade with some minor balances to characters' AI. I'm gonna showcase Future Gohan while I talk about this. Oh, look, that was Majin Vegeta. Ah, screw it, whatever. But, this is my first, version of my build. I'm going to update later in the future. As I said before, I'm going to add more characters. Obviously in the Hyper DBZ mechanic style, because a lot of people just add characters that just have really good Dragon Ball sprites, or just Dragon Ball characters in general. Like the Hyper Battles special build, he just adds a bunch of characters with random anonymous mechanics. Like Extreme Budoten 3, or for some reason there's some pot style mechanics characters. It's all over the place. I plan to keep it stay true to the original Hyper DBZ. So, and keep the mechanics like that. As for characters I might add in the future, I already mentioned the Cooler before with the Big Eddie Star stage. And, I believe, just to leave off some hints, I might add some more movie characters. And maybe, once I do some really heavy editing for sprites, I might do Gogeta. Other than that, though, there are no huge crazy plans for the future updates. I just know I'm going to update it and will expand upon these ideas. So, yeah, this is just all more characters, more stages. It's basically like the turbo version of Hyper Dragon Ball Z, the Majin build. Like, it's basically turbo plus alpha champion edition, whatever you want to say for the crazy editions. I am aware Gotenks and Super Buu are going to be released in the future, and I believe he's working on TN as well. I will add those to this game, obviously, and if he does make any future builds, I'll move the screen pack and all that of this build over to that build, so keep things like relevant with mine and his. So if this ever loads, originally I did have Gold Frieza as a playable character, though he was really glitchy and such, so I'm going to work on him a little bit. So Golden Frieza, sorry, is also a future character. Though this all happen way in the future, not too far in the future, but far enough to be different from now. Like, don't expect like all these characters to come like tomorrow. This is only for the future that I plan. And I also want to make a playable Hercule Satan and Cybermen. I want Hercule to have a full legit moveset, and Cybermen to be more playable other than CPU operated. I want to try and make those legit characters, so everyone's playable in a sense. As you can see, Vegito is also here. He also has a huge stat change for SSA Blue Goku, since obviously that's the sprite that's used. But he has a huge stat change and also some animation changes. So, yeah, I think this roster is pretty darn good for anyone who just wants to get a better version of Majin build. Just for the sake of laughs and giggles. If you want like to expand upon it, because I know a lot of people want the big version of Hyper Dragon Ball Z Majin build, but the exact screen pack and build don't exactly allow like how my roster's set up. Like whenever they try to add a bunch of characters, it just overlaps like the portrait and all that. So this is for anyone who wants a version to expand upon or add more characters, or just if you like what you see here, play this version. So this is the ZapZaz7 build of Hyper Dragon Ball Z. I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be updates in the future. I know right now it just seems like the Majin build, but Turbo plus EX whatever. But don't worry, in the later future I will add more things to it and differentiate it from the original version. Again, this is all made in tribute and love for the original creators of Hyper Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. No lash or disrespect to any of those two. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this music game, and see you later.